Good morning, my dear children. Welcome back to the online session of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. Children, we have started a new chapter, chapter 3 from your volume 1, Goodwill, Nature and Valuation. You already are well aware of the term goodwill. Now let us know more about goodwill and the way to calculate the goodwill. So first of all, let us see what is goodwill. As you know, goodwill is an intangible asset. It is usually described as the difference between the sales price of a firm and the value of its intangible assets. So from the calculation point of if we are considering goodwill, we can describe it as sales price of the firm and the value of its tangible asset. So it is the difference between these two. Goodwill is based on the firm's reputation and customer loyalty. So goodwill is mainly based on how is the reputation of the firm, and it's also about customers' loyalty to the product. Now let us see the characteristics or features of goodwill. So the first point of characteristics, it's very familiar. It is an intangible assets. Second point is it does not have an existence separate from that of an enterprise. So we can say that goodwill is always connected with enterprise. Third point is it helps in earning higher profit. So goodwill is a factor which helps a firm to earn higher profits. Fourth point is it is an attractive force which brings in customers regularly to the place of business. So it is a factor which goodwill is such an attractive force, we can say, which attract the customer to that business. Fifth point is value of goodwill is subjective as it depends on the assessment of the valuer. So goodwill is, we can say it's a very subjective concept because it is on the eyes of the valuer how he judges the goodwill in monetary form. Next point is it comes into existence due to various factors such as locational advantage, favorable contacts, brands, trademarks, patents, market reputation, etc. So these are the characteristics or features of goodwill. Now let us see the needs for valuing goodwill. What is the need of valuing the goodwill? In what all cases we will have to calculate the goodwill? When there is a change in profit sharing ratio. So if there are two or more partners, they are doing a business and they are sharing a profit among themselves, and suppose there happened a event which there was a need to change their profit sharing ratio. So in that case you have to calculate the goodwill. Second case is when a new partner is admitted. So whenever a new partner is admitted, at that time also you have to calculate the value of goodwill of the firm. Third case is when a partner retires or dies. In that case also you have to calculate the goodwill. Next case is when when partnership firm is sold as a going concern. So when the partnership firm is sold to the third party or some other party, at that time also you have to calculate the goodwill. Next is when two or more firms amalgamate. So when two or more firm is coming together and doing the business, in that case also you have to calculate the value of goodwill. Next is when a partnership firm is converted into a company. So when a partnership firm is converted in company form of business, then in that case also you have to calculate the goodwill. So these are the 6 cases or need when you have to value the goodwill. Next is the factors affecting the value of goodwill. Many a times this question is asked related to factors which have effect on the value of goodwill. So let us discuss it. First point is efficient management. So how come efficient management affect the value of goodwill? If the management is experienced, capable, and competent, the firm will earn higher profit as compared to other firms. So if the management team of management is well experienced, they have all the capabilities, they are earning higher and higher profits compared to some other firm, then we can say that the value of that firm is will increase. Okay, so thus efficient management is one factor which increases the value of goodwill. Next one is, second point of factors affecting the value of goodwill is favorable location. See children, if our business is located in a very favorable place, we can say a town, or in a place where more of the people can be attracted, so resulting in increased customer walk-in and therefore increased sales. So a place where customer walk-in is more, in that place if our business is located, then we can say that it will increase our sale, and of course the value of goodwill will increase if our profit is increasing. Third point is favorable contacts. Sometimes a firm has long-term contracts for sale and purchase of goods at favorable prices. So our suppliers who from whom we are purchasing the raw materials, and many of our contracts for purchase and sale of goods, those contracts are also one factor which increases the goodwill or value of the firm. This will also affect the profit or goodwill of the firm. So we can say a favorable contact with the outsiders of that particular business will affect the goodwill of the firm very positively. Next, fourth point of that is factors affecting the value of goodwill is longer establishment of business. Business established for long are likely to have extensive customer base, resulting in higher sale and profit. As a result, it will have higher value of goodwill. So those business which are in existence for a long period of time, so we can say the Reliance Group, Tata, these all company are there from a very long period. So these have created a high goodwill in the mind of the people. So the image of that company is very high. Okay, so that way we can say it have higher value of goodwill. Next point is advantage of patents. Patents are necessary for the manufacture or production of certain types of articles. So you may have heard about patent rights. So patent rights means what? The right to manufacture or produce certain types of articles. A firm which possesses the necessary patent will have a better value for its goodwill. So a firm which is having such rights of production or manufacturing article, their value of goodwill will be very high. Next point is access to supplies. When supplies of materials are difficult to get, there will be a high value for goodwill for a firm which has good arrangement for getting regular supplies. So if we are comparing access of supplies, that is we are getting the raw material very easily, we are well connected with our suppliers, then our goodwill will be high. Okay, so because we have a good contact with our supplies, so the flow of raw material and supply of material will be very easy. So we will not have to face any difficulty to get or access to these supplies. In that case, for that good arrangement of supplies, we can say there will be a high value for our firm's goodwill. Next point is quality. How come a quality of a product affect the value of goodwill? If a firm enjoys good reputation for the quality of its product, there will be a ready sale and the value of its goodwill therefore will be very high. Of course, the quality of a product is related to the goodwill of the firm. If quality is very poor, then nobody will have to speak about that firm, or nobody will be have to speak a positive about that firm. So a reputation of the firm is well connected with the quality of its product, we can say. The next point is market situation. If a firm is in a business wherein demand for the product dealt in is higher than the supply, it will lead to lower capital requirement and higher profit. It will thus increase the value of its goodwill. So children, suppose we are producing a goods or product which demand for that product is very high, then its supply. So the capital requirement in that case will be lower and our profit will be higher. So many times market situation or the demand for our product also determines the value of the goodwill of the firm. So if demand is high for our product, then higher will be our profit. Next is risk associated with the business. If the risk faced by the business are higher than normal, the business will have less value for goodwill. So if our risk is high, then goodwill will be less. On the other hand, if the business faces lower risk, it will have higher value of its goodwill. So if a business is facing a lower risk, then it will have a higher value of goodwill. Okay, so risk is also associated. Now next is nature of business. If the business of a firm is of the nature where the product dealt in is having a higher demand than a short in demand, the profit will be higher. So if we are engaged in production of those goods or business of those goods which is having a high demand in the market, then anyway our goodwill value of our goodwill will increase. Next point is past performance. The firms earning higher profit year after year will have better value for goodwill as compared to firms earning lesser profit or incurring loss with similar amount of capital employed. So if our earning capacity in the last years were high, if we are continuously making a profit for the firm, then we can say we are having a good value for our business or better value for our goodwill. Next, there are some other factors also which affect or which determine the value of goodwill, and they are after sales service provided by the firm, good customer relation, good labor relation. These all are the other factors which directly or indirectly affect the value of the goodwill of the firm. So children, this is a very important concept because for 1 marks and all that, these questions are asked objective type. In objective type questions, you can expect questions from factors of affecting the value of goodwill. Now next one is classification of goodwill. Goodwill can be classified into 2 types. Purchase goodwill is also there, and self-generated goodwill, which is also known as non-purchase goodwill. Purchase goodwill means we have to pay something as consideration to get that goodwill. Okay, so if we are purchasing one firm, then that firm's goodwill we can purchase by paying some cash or something in kind to purchase that goodwill. Okay, and a self-generated goodwill means it earned by the effort of the management. So the factors which we were discussing earlier, those factors are responsible for the self-generated goodwill. Okay, so these are the 2 types of goodwill: purchase goodwill and non-purchase or self-generated goodwill. So children, now we are about to conclude today's class. We saw the meaning of goodwill, features of or characteristics of goodwill, factors affecting the value of goodwill, classification of goodwill. So children, now it's time to wind up. attend the test paper. Meet you in the next class. Till then.